Hi there. My name is Linda Sibley, and I'm a member of the Boomer generation who resides in unincorporated Orange County, Florida. I have never, ever intended to share anything on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I very seldom even watch it. But I found myself involved in a public safety issue that I felt needed to reach more Floridians than just my local community. So I thought possibly I could prepare a brief YouTube video that might actually reach AARP Florida and a few Florida boomers and maybe even a couple non-boomer residents who, like me, deeply care about public safety issues that directly affect not only themselves, but their family members, friends, and loved ones, and would prefer to be part of the solution rather than sitting on the sidelines hoping change will eventually happen and that not too many lives would be lost in the meantime. Over the past year, I've watched our community change, not always for the better. As an early morning runner, I've had multiple frighteningly close calls with students riding their e-bikes or mopeds to school. Their reckless driving strongly suggests they've had absolutely no safety training and have little, if any, awareness or regard for others. These weren't flukes. They were wake-up calls. So as I shared my experiences on Facebook and next door, it became obvious I was not alone. Neighbors shared their own horror stories of near misses in crosswalks, sidewalks, and bike paths. Parents described their fear as kids weave through traffic. I reached out to several local news stations who also covered this growing concern. And it was obviously a huge public safety issue that needed to be aggressively addressed sooner rather than later. Earlier this year, I launched a petition on change.org that currently has over 700 signatures. It urges the Orange County Board of County Commissioners to mandate safety training for students who drive e-bikes, mopeds, or e-scooters to school. The training would be required for both students and their parents, which would ensure parental accountability for how these vehicles are being operated by their own child. Since January, I've communicated with Orange County Board of County Commissioners and the school board several times. Spoke with school bus drivers, school crossing guards, and even business owners regarding this issue that, as time went on, has become increasingly more disturbing. Despite the urgency of the situation, though, the Board of County Commissioners has been reluctant to act decisively. Not sure how you feel about it, but as far as I'm concerned, they are our elected officials, and it's their duty to respond to safety concerns raised by their constituents. So why isn't more being done, especially as injuries continue to rise? Florida already ranks #1 in the nation for cyclist danger, hit and run accidents, and intersection fatalities. It ranks #3 in pedestrian deaths, and Orange County is one of the most dangerous counties in the state. Florida currently sees over 20,000 e-bike injuries annually, with about 3,000 requiring hospitalization. At this rate, it shouldn't take Florida too long to rank #1 in e-bike and moped accidents and fatalities unless we speak up now and demand that the Orange County Board of County Commissioners move forward to develop an ordinance that requires safety training, not only for the student, but their parents as well, sets age limits, holds the parents accountable for the actions of their child while on these vehicles, and mandate vehicle registration for enforcement. Fortunately for Florida residents, Senate Bill 462, which took effect July 1st of this year, It empowers counties and municipalities to regulate micro-mobility devices. Orange County could move forward with an aggressive ordinance if they chose to do so, but so far they haven't. And oh, by the way, nearly 2 million Floridians risk losing health coverage due to recent policies. Without micro-mobility regulation, counties risk lives and livelihood. Safety training and parental accountability can prevent costly, life-altering accidents. AARP Florida has long championed livable communities, pedestrian safety, and intergenerational responsibility. Student micro-mobility without training or accountability threatens all three. I urge AARP leaders in every single county in the state of Florida to take this cause. Advocate for safety training, support parental accountability, help make Orange County a model, and help other counties follow. With its statewide reach, AARP Florida is uniquely positioned to champion student safety. If you care about student safety, pedestrian rights, and responsible mobility, I invite you to join me by signing the petition. Share this message and the petition on social media to spread the message. Contact your commissioner and ask them to sponsor the ordinance. Reach out to the entire board of county commissioners and the mayor and share your concerns. Reach out to your school board representative and urge that they collaborate with the Board of County Commissioners to ensure the ordinance becomes a reality. Reach out to your state representative and bring them into the conversation. This issue should actually concern them as well. Let's make sure our community leads, not lags, when it comes to protecting lives. Let's protect our students, not just with helmets, but with education, responsibility, and care, and hold their parents accountable for their child's behavior and the consequences of their actions. Safety isn't optional. Accountability isn't negotiable. Indifference is not passive, it's corrosive. It stalls reform, silences urgency, and normalizes risk. In the fight for e-bike safety, indifference shows up as delayed policies, ignored data, and the quiet acceptance of preventable harm. Progress demands engagement. Change requires courage. Safety begins when we refuse to look away. Every act of indifference has a cost, and every time we choose to care, speak, and act, we reclaim power from silence. Safety isn't optional. Accountability isn't negotiable. Thank you.